hell was that? Magic.
Hi, very nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Thank you for being with us today.
Oh, totally. Same here. Thank you.
I understand you're a fan of the original?
Yes.
As a fan, what do you think about this remake? Because it's somehow different from the original movie, so what do you think of it?
Yeah, very much so. So, I was obsessed as a kid with the 1977 Pete's Dragon film. Actually, when I found out that I was going to be in Pete's Dragon, I called my little sister and told her, and she started crying. So it was something, I mean, it was just one of those movies that we watched over and over and over again in childhood. And I thought back and I was like, what was it about that film, other than the music, which is amazing, is that it was one of the first times that I had seen a live action film with an animated character. So, you know, with like, it's a real boy with a dragon. And it just, you know, seeing that just transported me as a kid. And that's, you know, that's what we hope this film can do now for kids. Even though it has the same themes and it has the same central characters as that 1977 version, but other than that, it's in many ways a departure.
Both in Jurassic World and in Pete's Dragon, you work with beasts that are just not there. How do you manage to work with CGI and make it feel like so real? Like, I mean, I don't know.
With beasts that are not there, I love it. I mean, it's. I have to say, it's that kind of that element of pretending and, you know, acting opposite a character that's not there. That's part of the joy of movie making and storytelling in general, and theater as well. I mean, that's sort of what you fall in love with when you're a little kid playing in your backyard with, you know, I don't know, with dragons and knights, and I mean, you know, whatever you can possibly imagine. I mean, that's something that I think is really synonymous with childhood and being a kid. So as an adult, obviously there are various tricks and, you know, things to look at, and we got to see an animation of Elliot before we started shooting, so we knew what his personality was like. But that living in that state of pretend is for sure one of the more fun things about my job.
In this movie, you gave the audience, or at least me, a very loving, caring, maternal feeling. How did you manage to, I don't know, what inspired you to act that way and take that part out of you?
Oh, well, thank you. It's, for me, it was, I mean, this is really a movie about Pete and his dragon. You know, it's a family film, and it's more specifically, it's a children's film. And so for me, as I was getting ready, you know, playing an adult in a children's film, I didn't want to overcomplicate it, you know, and kind of take away from what was more important. And I was talking to my husband about it, and he said, he was like, I think it's maybe kind of simple. Maybe it's just you interacting with Pete in the same way that you interact with our own kids. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, because it, you know, during the course of the journey of the story, she becomes essentially his parent, and so that's sort of like all I focused on in a way. And then it was sort of bizarre for me to then, when I was watching the movie, see that, because it was the first time that I sort of saw myself as you know, as a parent, of, you know, without actually being in the experience.
How do you interpret the message this movie gives in terms of what family and magic means?
Well, I think that for me, what this movie is about is, you know, because my character, I play someone who sort of in the beginning doesn't believe that dragons exist, you know, simply because she hasn't seen them. You know, there are rumors of dragons existing in the forest where she's a park ranger, and she's like, well, you know, I've been there my whole life pretty much, and I haven't seen a dragon, and then ultimately she does see a dragon. And so I think it's this story is really, you know, it's about, I think, believing in the impossible, and sometimes, you know, I mean, this is a story about a little boy also who lost his family, who is finding a family again and creating a family for himself, and I think that you know, in loss that may seem impossible, and yet that too is possible.
Okay, and one last question. Speaking of family, how is it like to work with a Disney family?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I mean, Disney was my whole childhood, and these, you know, these incredible kind of Disney family films became sort of like these big moments for me in my own life and in my own growth as a human being. And so to get to now, as a parent, be in a Disney film, and to be in a film that I'm so proud to share with my own children is, I mean, it's something that's very meaningful to me.
You have no idea what this thing is capable of. Let's go hunting.
You're very brave. Did you know that? You might be the bravest boy I've ever met.
Attention all units. We're eastbound on Millhaven Road in pursuit of a dragon! It's a dragon! You can't say dragon over the radio.